Good afternoon, traders. It's AJ. Hi, how are you? It's been about a week. Um, this one I am doing for my YouTube fans. This is my YouTube channel. It's Awesome Calls Trading. I have over 1,100 of you. Thank you very, very much. Just want to say, very humbled. Um, if you haven't, I do post pretty much daily. My most famous one that I did about 3 or 4 months ago, and it's this one, how to set up. It's like a webinar in itself, but it's amazing. 1 hour, over 4,100 views and counting. Can't wait to hit 5,000. So anyway, I want to talk to you today, just in general, as a day trader. What's gonna make you with the elections coming up, we're going to have a lot of volatility. Volatility means we're going to have swing days. I mean, some days you're going to wake up, the Dow's up 300 and the Dow's up 500, then the Dow's going to grind out, close out around 400. Or you might have days where you wake up and it's up 400, and then it just dies and goes red. You know. Then you have days where it's just even and flat, then it sells off, and you end up down 200 on the Dow, or SPY just tanks, or the ones like today. Today was just a beautiful, beautiful setup. The Dow was already down 300, 350, and then it just ended up. I even looked at everybody. I'm like, this is going to come down about 700 the next. And what you have to do whenever you're trading, I'm just going to go over a couple pointers that a lot of you day traders out there that are not even in our room yet that constantly make. It's a constant. It's like every single day you do the same mistake. It's just like you have it right now. You're going through that phase. There's a lot of phases in day trading. There's phases where you you kind of here's a typical one. A trader gets in, he makes his first 2, 3 wins, and all of a sudden he's a day trader. Oh my gosh, I can trade. Oh my gosh, I can make $1,000. I can buy a mansion and a Lamborghini. I could be like any of these guys because maybe it's luck. And let's be real. If you win on the first 2 or 3 trades as a day trader, it's usually luck. Especially if you're just following somebody. Um, and then there are day traders that they go through that first 2 or 3. They're all hyped, and then they feel invincible. Like I can never lose, and now I'm going to be a size. And it's like, you ever played blackjack? You know, you ever play blackjack? Like all of a sudden you win one hand, and you're like, oh yeah, I just got $100. And then you hit blackjack again. Oh yeah, I got $400. I own this. Then you start getting cocky. You start getting like, look at me, I'm unstoppable. And the house is just smiling. It's like the stock market's just smiling at you. And then you might get another win. Oh yeah, blackjack. Now you're up 700. You know what you do? This is you. This is what day traders do. They take that 700, and you know what? Let me add another 300 on top of that. Yeah. I'm going to do $1,000 here. Hell yeah, baby. Watch me. And then also, thank you. The house does this. They just collect your money. Thank you. And you just sit there like, what just happened? What just happened? Well, you blew your load. That's what happened. You blew all your money because you didn't manage it. You didn't walk away when you were ahead. You didn't learn from it. You just thought you were invincible. And this is what day traders go through. They think they're on a win streak and they're invincible. So they blow their accounts and they're working at Macy's or McDonald's. Back to what they were doing. In this business, it's a very serious business. Day trading is serious. It's not a game. It's not a hobby. If you don't learn or you don't do what you're told when you're in a room that guides you and protects you and helps you, you'll never make it because nobody can teach you. Nobody can get through you because you're so set in your ways. You cannot be set in your ways in day trading. You either need to allow yourself to grow, otherwise you will never grow. It's as simple as that. You have to allow yourself to adapt every single day. And as the days progress, you just will get better and better. but you need to manage your risk, you know? And managing your risk is very, very important. Pay yourself, reward yourself. I'm a very big advocate. Some guys come in and they're like, I'm looking for the big move, so I'm going to hold it for 20 points. Good. Let me shake your hand later when it hits there, because I don't really care. I'm the kind of trader that comes in and goes, I want to nail that. It's going to go up 20, but I want 3 or 4. Case in point, I'm this kind of trader that believes in rewarding itself. So if I've got a stock like, let's say, these two today, MRTK, and I know they're going to pop at the open, and I got Zoom, and I've already predetermined with my experience that they're going to pop at the open 10, 15 points, 10, 15 points. I'm staring at 20 points. That's it. If I know Tesla is going to go at the open, and I say to myself, you know what? I'm going to take 350 shares of Tesla, but I'm going to wait for 416. When 416 comes, I'm going to risk 2 points, and I'm going to go for it because I believe Tesla will go to 422. That means I'm looking for a 6-point move. Now, I'm not betting my whole account, all right? I'm not betting everything I have. I'm not here, oh my gosh, I'm going to hit a home run. Oh my gosh, I'm shaking. Yeah, I'm going to hit the home run. Like 70% of you traders out there that are listening, okay? I just want to be consistent. I know that word sounds boring to a lot of you that are listening to this webinar. I don't want to be consistent. I just want to make money. I just want to hit a home run. I want to get on Twitter and go, look how much money I made because I'm so awesome now. No. When you're a real trader, you're not comparing yourself to anybody. You don't really care what somebody else is doing. I don't. I mean, there are traders out there making zillions of dollars over me, and they risk a lot of their account. That's not me. I'm not a risk taker. I will never be known as a trader that risks. I'm a trader that's consistent. I trade what I feel comfortable with. You may not like it. Well, why don't you do more? Listen, are you paying my bills? Do you live with me? Huh? Then shut up. Okay? I don't need your opinion. Don't even talk to me. What are you trading anyway? Oh, I don't trade. I just watch. I sit on Twitter and troll. Yep. Hey, traders, DSS is moving. Just want you to be aware. Watch that 7 spot. Looks like they're trying to build momentum. Let's look at the flags here. 1.2 again and 900. So you got a 2 million buyer that came in. Careful on the pullbacks because you see what they do. So risk accordingly. Take a quarter position, stops at 680, and I think it'll rip to 720 to 750. Okay? While I'm talking. And get in, get out. As soon as you make it 20 cents, 30 cents, get in, get out because they do pull. See the pulls? They'll rip you right back down. Okay? All right, let me go back to my speech. Okay? And so what I like to do is, when I'm trading, all right, I wait for certain pinpoints. Every day I get up and I listen. It's very important, and I teach this in the chat room every single day. You cannot just get up and go, oh, the market's down or the market's up. You cannot do that. You have to look at that and then ask the question, what is driving the market down? If everyone did that, if you just simply got up and go, okay, we're down 340 points. Why? How do you know why? How do you know why? Because you ask. I mean, you listen. You sit there and listen. Or if you're in a great chat room, you can ask the room, hey, why are we down today? I have never, believe it or not, never in 8 years plus, going on 9, running this chat room, not one trader out of thousands has ever asked me, why are we gapping down 500? Why are we gapping down 350? Nobody ever asks that question. And to this day, I'm waiting for that one trader because out of the thousands I've taught, I'm just waiting for one guy to really get it, one lady to really get it. And I'm not just out, oh, I better ask tomorrow just because he told me to. No, I'm not. No. Do you ever ask yourself, why is the market up? Why is the market down? Well, every day as a trader, that's what I do. So once I understand why the market is gapping, it predetermines how I'm going to trade for the day. You see, that's the most important thing. So today I woke up and I heard, we're in fear mode. That's all I heard. Fear of COVID, fear of COVID, fear of shutdowns, no stimulus package, fear, 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 fear. Oh, fear? We're going to go to 7,800 now. So I knew. Then it became a setup. I knew my stocks were all gapping down, right? So I knew my Zooms, my Nvidias, my Shops, my Teslas, MRTX had it play. Duncan was gapping it. But I knew my standard stuff was all going to be gapping down. Adobe, ABMD, Facebook, Twitter, Snap. I just kind of felt the whole gap downs, right? So I figured, you know what? We're going to have a nice sell-off today. It's going to be fun. NVIDIA, I know what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for, I want to pop the market. Why do I want to pop the market? Well, I know that shorts were holding on the night before. All right. So on Friday, we had some short sellers that were holding some stock positions, right? So let's take, forget Zoom, let's take NVIDIA, for instance, these two. These are two perfect ideas we're talking about. You see, shorts were holding overnight on Friday. You see that? So here's the shorts and here's the Tesla shorts, right? So they're both holding. Then you wake up, the market's down 300. The first thing these people want to do, especially retailers, is cover their positions. Why? Because they're not guaranteed the market's going to sell off. They can't see that far ahead. Typical retailer only wants to make that quick money. He wakes up, the stock is down 8 points. Boom, he's up $800 on 100 shares. Boom, he's up 400 on 50 shares. Boom, he's up on his puts. All right, he just wants that quick money. So as soon as the bell rings, these short sellers are going to come across and carry the stock upwards, most likely gap fill, take it a little bit higher, and then we get a topping, and then we get the nice all-day fader. So when you walk in a room of this quality, of this greatness, all you have to do on days like this is just follow the puzzle. Follow each entry and you will bank. You cannot lose. You cannot lose. You can't. Just follow the script because that's all it is. It's a script. Whether you put 100 shares in, 30 shares in, 50 shares in, 100 shares in, 200 shares in, 5, it's scripted because the market dictated to me, AJ of Awesome Calls Trading, it dictated to me exactly what the stock market was going to do. So in order for me to script it, I want to protect all of you. How do I protect you? I tell you, do not buy the stock unless it hits here. Do not buy the stock unless it hits here. Now, when I say buy the stock, okay, so if I say buy NVIDIA at 539, what do? Okay, this is you. This is what you need to do. 2-point risk. Okay, automatically 2-point risk. How many shares are you going to trade? 100, 200. That means if you're going to play NVIDIA, where I tell you at 539, you're risking 2 points. You're going to risk $200 for a stock. I normally will tell you the stock will go 5 to 7 points. Great. So I make 5 points up, or I'm going to lose 2 if he's wrong. Simple. Tesla, what are you going to do? If it hits 416, I want to long it. Great. How many shares? Again, ask yourself 300, 100, 50, 25, whatever. What's the risk? 2 points. So that sets your risk. You take the trade and then you just let it rip. Okay? So you're going to risk 200 on 100 shares for a pop, a potential of 5 to 6 to make $3, $4, or $500. That's it. Okay? So it's scripted. All right? Now I want you to see. All right, so if I tell you shop, when Shopify is expensive stock, if you have over 100,000 in buying power, buy 100 shares. That's 100,000 buying power. If shop hits 1,020 at the open, go market order in 100 shares for shop because it's $1,000 a share. You must risk 3 to 4. So it's a little bit different risk. It's double the value of NVIDIA, double the value of Tesla. So you have to say to yourself, if I do 100 shares, I'm risking 4 points, 3 points. But if it rips, I'm going to get 10. My reward is 8, 10, 12. Especially if AJ charts out and says you're going to make a minimum of 10 to 20 points on this trade. Great. So I'll wait for it, set my risk in motion, and let it rip. Okay. Zoom. Now, what's interesting about Zoom today is when you have fear in the markets, okay, Zoom is different. All right. So if we would have woke up and the Dow was up 500 on confidence of COVID maybe getting closer to a vaccine, Zoom is down. Do you understand that? The market sentiment for Zoom is down because now people are thinking, well, I can go meet my clients. I can go on a conference with them. I could go meet them this afternoon for a lunch instead of I have to Zoom call them but when you have fear in the market because of COVID, what does that tell you? You want to stay home. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm high risk. I don't want to move, right? So that's going to create Zoom to go high. It won't even gap down. It will actually gap up. All right. And when you have that, what happens is, it's just like, it's kind of like Baton, you know, Baton isn't going to really gap down because you're driving in fear people to stay home. So you're going to get Baton a pop out again. But Baton doesn't give me the range I look for. It gives me 1, 2 points. Sometimes it can do 4 or 5 out of the gate. But Zoom is a notorious 10, 15, 20 point move. And then when you short it, you gap fill it, and you're done. All right. So let's just kind of take you through the trades. Now that you know that, okay, if it hits here, AJ's, pretty much predicted in writing and told us the entry and said this is going to move to the upside. So do you think home run? No. Just take 100 shares. But AJ, I could play with 300. That's great. How long have you been trading? I don't know, a couple of years, a year, 6 months. Just take 100. But AJ, I got to make money. Okay, then you know what? Get out of the room. Just you're not your anxiety. You're not settling down. You're so enthralled of hitting a home run that even if I give you a trade for 600, it won't satisfy you. Because in your mind, I gotta have 1,000. I gotta have 6,000. I gotta make 3 because I'm down 4. Because I do. I mean, your mind is just stop, dude. Could you imagine every day coming in 5 days a week, and you score 4 points, 5 points on a trade, 6 points on a trade, and you go to bed, you come back the next day, 4 points on a trade, 6 points on a trade. Guess what's happening? Then on your third day, you come back, 3 points on a trade, 4 points on a trade, go back to bed. Do you realize you've made over 10, 12, 15 points on 3 trades in 3 days? Do you realize that? Here's an example of a client that I watch all the time, and I admire him, okay? A lot. Where is he? I admire a lot of people. But look at this gentleman, okay? He trades a few hours a day, right? You go to his he's underfollowed in my opinion. Every single day. This is what he does, right? He comes in and he makes, hold on, he makes thousands of dollars a day. 2,000, and go under more, and you could go through his thing, his P&L that he posts up. Here's another one, 3,800. Here's another one. This one he did. Where's the total? I can't find the total. Let me see if he has another one with a total. Yeah. Right here he has one. Where is it? That's Zoom. There he is. There's him celebrating. Yeah. His one he made 3,000. Right. This one he did 10,000. You see, all he does, right, is he just waits for the setup. He comes in, He looks at the notes and he goes, okay, I want Zoom. He sits back and he says, okay, I want to play 500, maybe 900 shares of Zoom, but I have to wait for the entry. And so he sits back. So Zoom, AJ says 524, and AJ says it goes to 535. Now, what's awesome about Awesome Calls is we have so many amazing traders in the room. Darkside, Janny, Raphael, Ollie, um, Adam News, JT, James. We have so many great traders. Palmer. Um, and Darkside will come out. He loves Zoom. He loves a lot of certain stocks, but Zoom, he loves it. And a lot of times he'll come out and go, room to 539, room to 540, room to 541. And you're just in stoke mood. You're like, okay, that means I can make a little bit more. You know what I mean? The key thing is entries. And so what Kevin does is he just simply waits. He looks at the notes. He's a very good trader. Every day he's getting close to becoming. A lot of people that look at him today think he's a great trader. But I think if you ask Kevin, he would say, I'm still a good trader. I'm getting there. Probably next year you can consider me a great trader because his consistency will be just even more. And I can't wait for that because it's coming. But let me remind you, it took Kevin a few years to get to that level where he is today. And if you ever have the notion to speak to him, he will tell you this journey was not easy, but I had to listen, learn, do exactly what the note said, not what I wanted to do. I wanted to learn from that. So when I can see the move, I can also see it the way he sees it so I can just execute. And from there, he sets his risk. I want to do 400 shares. If it drops 2, I'm ready to lose 800. But if it goes up 6, I make 4,800. That's how he trades. Okay? So when I come in the room, I'm laying out, I've already understood the market. I know what the market's going to do. We are going to sell off today. Before we sell off, we're going to pop. We're going to move the market up, pop it. Even though the Dow keeps coming down, I'm still going to get the squeeze out of the gate, and I'm going to get a topping, and then I'm going to get the nice, beautiful fade. And then the market's going to tumble to about 6, 7, 800. And that was the game plan today. So now I'll take you through each setup. Okay? NVIDIA. Do not long unless it's 539. Great. If NVIDIA is your trade, you're an option trader, and you have very little money to play with, AJ says I'm going to make 6 points when it hits 539. Write that down. Okay. AJ says when it hits 416, I long Tesla. Tesla will take me to 422. Great. Another 6 more point trade. So I'm guaranteed 2, 3, 4 points today. I don't have to hit the big move. Just get a piece of it. Shopify. If it hits 1,020, AJ says I'm going to get 10 to 12 points minimum. So, and then a fade off for 20 more points to the downside. Okay, so I can make money at the open. If I miss the open, I can fade the stock 20 points. Zoom, when it hits 524, write that down. Stock will go to 539, 5 or more. Pop at the open. Jeez, AJ, you're telling me I can make 11 points? Exactly, minimum. All you need is 2 or 3. MRTX, this is an upgrade, right? Already gapping up 15. AJ's saying if it hits 195, I can make 10 more points. You've got to be kidding me, AJ. No, I'm not. Just watch. Take 100 shares. Take 50 shares. Okay? Duncan was going to sell off today. Why was going to sell off today? Duncan. So let's just do these now. Let's just do 8, 9, 10, and the 2 notables. Now watch. Are you ready? Remember what I said now. NVIDIA. Long 539. 539. Set your stops. 2 points. Right? Because you have to risk 2. It's just the way it is. Let the stock move. Now, this is important. Listen to me very carefully. Anybody that's listening to this webinar. When you set your stops firm, that means if you see the stock going down a point and a quarter, don't panic. In your mind, you've already set the tone for that stock. All right? You've already said yourself, I'm risking 2. So don't get out of it for 50 cents and then watch it rip. That's your fault. Because in one mind you said, okay, I'm going to let the stock hit the 2 points. If it does, and I'll get out. But see, what you're thinking is, I don't want it to hit 2 points. Do you know why you're thinking that? Do you know why? Because you're not trusting the call, and you have too much size already. You see, if you took a comfortable size and you said, okay, I'm risking 2, you're not thinking about it. Kevin doesn't think about it. Noel doesn't think about it. Ollie doesn't think about it because they already know what their max loss. Jay doesn't think about it. They already know what they're willing to risk. This is where you step up as a trader. You want to be successful. You want to be known as great. You want to be known as a good trader. Set your stop and stick to it. But don't size in, right? There's no need to size in every day you come to work. You just build slowly, slowly, slowly. So, AJ, I'm going to take 100 shares of NVIDIA at 539. My risk is $200. Okay. What do I do? Wait. All of a sudden, AJ, I'm up. Oh my gosh. 5 minutes later, I'm up a buck. AJ, I'm up 2. AJ, I'm up 3. AJ, I'm up 4. What do I do? Don't ask me what to do. That's your money. That ain't my money. Is anybody telling you what to do with your money? You just made 3 points, 4 points. What are you doing? Well, can I get can I go to 560? Well, this monitor said it could go to 590. Okay, you see? You just broke every rule. You're not trading anymore. You're spastic. You're all over. You got anxiety because you're thinking home run now. You know what AJ does? You know what Kevin does? You know what most traders do in here? We take. We take. We take. Okay, traders, I'm done for the day. Next. And you know what you do? You shake your head. How'd that happen? What do you mean, how'd that happen? Here's my entry. Here's my exit. This is what I traded. What else do you need to know? Should I go long now? Where were you 5 minutes ago? I was asleep. I was staring at you. I was watching the screen. I didn't think you'd move. Oh, my dog came in. Oh, the phone rang. Oh, the computer wouldn't work. I mean, you have more excuses than you did at school when you didn't turn in your homework. I mean, it's just a bundle of excuses. Where were you? Why is it now? This is what doesn't really gets me. Should I long here at 5:45 now? So 5:39 isn't attractive to you when I told you to get it, put it in writing? No, it's not. No. 5:41's not attractive to you? No. No, I think that's just terrible. I like 5:45. Then I get a point. Oh, yeah, that's gonna really work. Yeah, you're gonna do great. Yeah. I just see you as a great trader. Okay? I gave you the entry. I told you 539. And do you see that once it popped to that 539, did you see? This is predicted an hour and a half before the market even opened. Look where it held. 539. It didn't fall below 539. Isn't that the beauty of awesome calls? This was predicted an hour and a half when I was up at 3:30, 4 o'clock. Already read. Okay? And then I just wanted to rip the stock. Guess what? That stock ended up playing 8 points. 8 points. All you need is 2. All you need is 3. All you need is 1. And you're done for the day. This is why I give you the opportunity. In case you missed the first minute, the first entry, the second entry, the third entry, you still have a little bit of room. But you don't go buy it at 5:45 and expect it to go another 5 more points. That's where you're wrong. This is what gets you into trouble. And if you do, now you have to do even less size than when you had the perfect entry. You follow me? Because now you're taking the risk the stock could actually pull 2 or 3. So you can only do a quarter of your quarter position versus just a quarter position. Okay? Let's take Zoom, for instance. Zoom. What did Zoom say? AJ said, Zoom. This open at 524. When it clears, it'll go to 530, 535. AJ, I can make 11 points. Yes. 100, 50, 25, 200 shares, risk 2 points, and let it rip. Where do I buy the stock, AJ? 524. Okay. So if I make 3 points in 2 minutes, I'm done. You're done. Smile. You know what? That moment, trading becomes so much fun. It's so fun. You can't lose, right? Right? So let's take a look. Are you ready? Ding, 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 ding. AJ said 524. And guess what? It didn't fall below 524 after that. And it ripped all the way to 532. That's an 8-point trade in 60 seconds, 90 seconds. Wait, a few more minutes later, 8 minutes later, and now it is a 13-point trade. Wait, now 28 minutes later, it now is becoming a 20-point trade. Look at that. And all you needed was 3 points. And then topping. Why? Because we predicted that the stocks would tumble right back down and fade off. So if you miss the upside of the stock, you get the downside of the stock. Let's do 2 more. Tesla. Scripted trades. Scripted trades. Tesla. MRTX. Scripted trades. Okay, let's look at the script. AJ says, Tesla, gapping down 6. Do not buy unless it hits 416. When it hits 416, it goes to 422 or more. Watch for topping. It'll fade all the way back down. Okay, awesome. MRTX. This one's gapping up 15. And of course, every time I give you, I tell you the why. Why is it gapping up? I'm giving you the reason. Goldman Sachs has a 267 price target. Holy crapola. Yeah, holy crapola. That's a big range there. No wonder it's gapping up 15. You see, I explained it to you. Now, on top of that 15-point gap, the stock is going to go even higher. Is it, AJ? Yes, it's going to, but you cannot buy it unless it hits 195. When that happens, it's going to roar 10 points or more. Then you can watch for topping and fade the stock. Okay, AJ. So you're saying if I take 100 shares and I have less than PTD right now, that's right. This is perfect for guys that have 3,000 less than PTD. This is for you. So you're saying if I take 100 shares, 19,500 buying power, I'm going to get 10 points today. I'm going to make $1,000 today. And I don't see why not. But you got to wait. You got to wait for the open. As soon as it hits, you're done. AJ, should I just wait for the full 10 points? Listen, $500 in 90 seconds is better than being down $500 in 10 seconds. You know, green is green regardless of the amount. Always remember that. You're not racing your life against someone else's. You're not comparing yourself to anyone else. Don't do that anymore for the rest of your life as a trader. Never compare yourself. Compare yourself to yourself. Are you improving? Are you still the same trader you were a week ago? Are you still the same trader 2 weeks ago? Are you continuing to lose? Then whatever it is you're doing isn't working. It ain't working. All right? You can't convince me your style of trading is working when you keep losing. Why don't you try mine for a moment? All right? And you know what I always hear? I don't understand the notes. Uh, Long 195 to get 10. I don't understand that. But I took the trade anyway. And I lost. Okay. You don't understand the notes, but you took the trade. And so when did you get in? I got in at like 210. Where were you at now? 195. I don't know. I didn't think it'd go there. Oh, that's the beauty of it. I get so many that do that. I didn't think. You didn't think. How long you been trading? 2 years? Wow. I should ask you next time what the stock should do instead of you asking me. Maybe I should pay you so I can lose money. Because isn't that why you're in the room? For someone to give you the guidance to make you a better trader, to help you to understand the move. This way you can, instead of being losing all the time, you could be focused on winning, even if it's a point or 2 points, 3 points. I've had traders come in here and make $10 and they're happy than a guy that just made 100 grand on a trade. You know, Darkside has someone in his room, his webinar services made over $1 million. Okay? Everyone has their different size account. I got traders that in here, honestly, over $15, $20 million accounts. This is what they live for. They love Zoom, but they don't play Zoom on my style. 300, 350, 400 shares topped. No, these guys are playing with a couple thousand, 3, 4, 5,000. All right, they just go in and they just let it rip, and they're done. They make 40 grand and they move on. You know, they're happy. Okay, but I don't think like them. I don't. I love to be them, but I have what I have, and I just work with what I have, and I want to be consistent. I just want to make 1,000 a day and be done. All right, so let's do MRTX. Right. So again, AJ, I want a long MRTX. Great. What should my stops be? You don't need to ask that. You should ask yourself. You should tell yourself at least a point and a half, 2. So if I go in at 195, my stop should be like 194. I mean 193, maybe 192, somewhere around there. Correct. Risk 2 points on the trade. Okay, AJ. So once 195 hits, I just long it. Yes. How do I execute the trade? Right. Well, as soon as 195 hits, market order on that candle or the second candle. See the 195? You popped it here and then you popped it here. You had 2 candles at 195. Doesn't mean you're going to get a perfect entry at 195. You might get 195.70, 194.60, 194, 195. Some of you might even get 194.92. But as long as you get that 195 area, 195.50, 195.60, then let it rip. Now watch the rip. Boom. There's 201, 202 in 2 minutes. Do you realize you just did 6, 7 points in 2 minutes of work? Okay. AJ, I missed it. Okay, can I get in again? Okay, hold on, John. Let me see. Let me see if I can call it pull back. Ooh, I like that. It's holding that 197, 198 area. Go ahead and go long there. Yes, AJ. What do you think it'll go to now? Probably 205, like I said in the notes. Rip. AJ, I'm 207. Don't ask me right there, what should I do? It is the most, it has to be the most ridiculous question in the world. You didn't have anything 5 minutes ago. 3 minutes later, you're up $700, $800, $900, and you're asking me what to do. It's pretty obvious what you do. You take your money. All right? You take the money and you market order out. You just hit the button. So let's just say I was executing this trade, right? Ding, 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 ding. 195. Buy. It's hitting. It's going. Boom. I'm filled. Right there. See that 195 area? It's ripping. It's ripping. So I'm already hitting my sell market. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Boom. I'm out. How many points you get? 6.5. Done for the day. You see how easy that was? Do I need to go back in it? No. I'm done. Did you miss it? Yes, I did. Where do I get in again? 198. It should rip again. I had traders all day kept asking, where's the top on it? I go, I don't know. It's got more room. Wait. This is strength. Look at the strength here. This is strength. You see strength? Buyer, 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 buyer. Too much strength. A couple short sellers got in here, built a position, stock. See the double topping? That's topping. That's not double topping. That's just topping. You see how one bar is a millisecond higher than the second bar? And then the lower low set in. There's your short. Now, where do you take it down to? I'm hoping to come down to 192, I think. So far, it's come down to 195. You got the topping. You made more and more money on the upside. Tesla. AJ, I want to play with 250 shares with my 100 grand buying power with 25,000. All right, great. Wait, where should I buy, AJ? 250. All right, I want you to go long at 416. What's my stop, AJ? 2 points. So I'm risking 500 for what, AJ? 4 points. So in 250, I can make $1,000 or lose 500. Correct. All right, let's go for it. All right, AJ, can I buy 425 puts? All right, calls. Yes. Okay, I'm going to open those right now. They're about $1.50 each. If I sell it at that, I can make 325. So I can make about 275 or $1.75, 100% on my money. Good. I don't care. You ready? Here's 416. Again, bam. Market order. I'm watching. I'm watching. I'm watching. Boom. I own it. 416.92. Now I wait. Okay. 421. 250. I got my P&L, 650, 7, 725, 710, 690, 730, 750, 757. Out. I'm done for the day. How hard was that? How hard was that? It was scripted, predetermined, written down, spoke to, guided. All you had to do was take your mouse and execute. That's it. And then towards the day, I explain everything. Why the stock did this, why the stock did that, why the stock did this. These trades are all scripted right in front of you. Look at this little trade here. Look at this. Okay? You want to see like perfection? Okay? If this hits 14, this little phase half positive, if it hits 14, it's going to pop to 15. When it hits 15, it's coming down to 12. AJ, I love you, man. I do. But there is no way that this stock can come back down to 12 if it hits 15. Really? How long have you been trading? I've been trading 3 years. Okay, great. I'm happy for you. But let me show you something. Let me introduce to you my style. When the stock hits 14, it's going to pop a point. When it hits 15, it's done. 15 and a half. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to sell off to 12. And you're done. So you can either make a point and a half, point and a half on the upside, or you can wait for this little bugger to hit 15 and short it to 12. What would you want to do? So you're telling me right now, if this thing hits 15, I can take 500 shares short with $7,500 buying power. Is that right? 500 times 15. Is that right? 5,500? 100 shares is 1,500. Yeah, I think I'm right. $7,500 in buying power. And then I can make $1,500 on this trade. Did I compute that right, traders? Forgive me. 500 shares at 15? I think I did. If I'm wrong, just tell me. Right? So anyway, so if it hits 15, it's coming to 12. Right? So you ready? Here we go. What's this stock called? I don't even know what it's called. How about GRTX instead of MRTX? Ding, 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 ding. AJ, it's moving. There's the 14. Long it if you want. I don't care. Okay. There's the 1580. What should I do? Scale in short. Put your stops at 16. I'm going to risk 1 point for 3. Where's it going to go, AJ? 12. It hit 1150. $1,500 on a nothing trade. It wasn't glamorous, but you know what? It paid the bills. See how simple that was? Lisa, at AJ, Tesla had moved from 416 to 420. You've been educating this afternoon per your script. I'm up 91 on options. That's amazing. Control C, Control V. All right. So that is today's webinar. my free webinar for all of you to listen to, all 1,100 of you. I hope you listen to it and enjoy it. And by the way, remember I said you can make money while I'm talking if you were in our room? You want to see what DSS did? 762. Where did we start the stock? 7. You could have took 1,000 shares, made $500 while I was talking for the last 45 minutes. See how simple that is? And you would have just set your stops for like 30 cents, 40 cents. Simple. It's an uptrend stock. Going to move towards that. That's it. You can see that all the time. All you got to do is wait for the breakout. Always wait for the stock to show you. Never be greedy. Take money on the way up. Be done with the stock. This stock was actually going to continue into close. You might even see 850 after hours. Yeah, it's a momentum stock. When I play it now, hey, we've been playing since, what was it, traders? I think it was 650. So 650 seems to be that line in the sand and just keeps ripping. Anyway, that is today's webinar. Let me stop recording. If you want to be a part of our great room, all you have to do is click on any icon. You can go to my notes one, click the icon, Awesomecalls Trading, and boom, you're all set. Just scroll down and you are a member. I will be presenting, we are putting together the annual, Christmas annual. It's going to be wonderful. Last year we had over 80, 85 signups, so I'm looking to break it this year, do about 100. And it's just a lot of incentives. There's going to be a lot of things I'm going to be introducing to you over the next week or two. I'm releasing it on Friday, November the 6th, I believe. I'm going to release it. And it'll be all the way till January, I think, 10th, and then I cut it off. Then we just go back to regular annual. Okay? So, this is my Twitter handle. I am AJ Trader 7. Thank you so much. Whatever it is, count me in. Okay, Sean. Well, November 6th, I'll have it released. He's doing the snowflakes. He's doing everything. He's getting it all ready. So I gave him the rundown, what we're gonna do. So it's gonna be exciting. So, and you'll get quite a few refunds. So you're gonna be very happy. Basically, by the time I get done, I'm working for you for the year because everything was pretty much built in. So I actually lose money on annuals. You'll see it. I think this year I'm losing about $600-700 per annual by the time all the webinars and everything else. Okay, but hey, it'll be great.